Moments ago, went through their usual pregame ritual, although there's nothing usual about a Game 7.
What time is it? Game time!
And welcome to Game 7, everybody.
What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? It's the Detour, De Niro, a.k.a. D, whatever you call me, Dwight. Here with my man Santana the Great.
Yo.
I see you.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody clapping for you, bruh.
It's all good. I got to clap for myself. You know what I mean?
Indeed. I see you repping Chicago again.
Oh, all day. Every day.
How was your
Game
weekend,
7
man?
vibes. Well, weekend, it was cool. I'm not going to say I celebrated the 4th,
Right.
but I ate and drank and seen some shit pop off. I'm saying it.
Yeah, my son watched the fireworks around the neighborhood. I tried to pop some, he watches YouTube all the time. And one of the things that he literally watches all the time is fireworks.
Word.
All day. And he says, like, when the movies come on, Disney movies, when the castle's there, the fireworks pop off and stuff like that. So he watches it all the time. So I said, I'm going to go ahead and light him up for him against my better judgment, because I didn't want to show him that daddy could make fireworks happen and then have to continue to have to do that.
Yeah. You know that. You know that's part of it.
Yeah, that's how it is. Like, if it's on YouTube, cool, he watches it, no problem. But when he figure out daddy could do it, he like, yo.
Yeah, you like, I can watch this here. I ain't got to watch it on the screen up front.
Yeah. He grabbed my hand. I want fireworks. Anyway, needless to say, that backfired. That didn't happen. I popped a few off and ran for cover.
Word. Well, I mean,
Having it.
what happened?
He ran for cover. Ran in the house. Beeline straight to the garage.
I think I did see a screenshot when you kind of looking around the corner. Yeah, I was like, yeah, he wasn't ready for that upfront experience.
So he was not going. He dipped around the corner and was like, nah, I'm done. So, but we ended up watching, we got rich neighbors and they let it fly.
Yo, that's what happened around here, man. My brother, he probably had about $200 worth of fireworks, the good stuff. So in our town, well, it's supposed to be like where it's illegal everywhere in Texas, right? So we had somebody that didn't even live in the neighborhood pulled up and called the cops. So, well, we was done by the time they pulled around. We dipped off like we ain't had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I guess it is what it is. He not ready. He 3, so
He'll get there.
yeah. But that's what's up though. Yeah, we didn't really celebrate. We didn't do none of that, of course, obviously. But as parents, I ain't want to deprive my son of what he loved.
Yeah.
Which was the fireworks. It wasn't anything other than that. Didn't have the food or anything like that. So, but yeah, he didn't like it. So weekend was cool. Aside from that, just jumped right into it. Saw some disturbing shit about a protest. Guy drives through and kills 2 lovely ladies. I didn't see a motive. I didn't see any of that. I mean, I saw a clip. Disturbing as hell. I didn't know what I was watching because I still haven't watched a few other videos. But Diaz Love and rest in peace, Summer Taylor.
Rest in peace.
Oddly, one of which tweeted that she was, going, and that she would be surprised if nothing violent popped off, but she was scared as fuck, and that was the result.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's heartbreaking.
And just for context, we're talking, I believe it was a feminist group, mainly comprised of black women, and these 2 happen to be white.
So it's we know there's some evil out there, man, that don't want to see no.
Yeah, I believe a black man did it. I I saw a picture of a guy who I believe they said was a suspect, white Jaguar, black dude. Won't say his name,
Hmm.
but yeah, I believe it's a black dude. You know, and it's always disturbing. But I mean, the most disturbing part about it is uh, these are people that don't have to, and we don't expect. We don't expect you know nobody to step forward, especially for our black women. But these women did, and this is a result. This is why we've echoed a few times on this podcast before that it's not about um, inclusion or seclusion. It's about knowing who you're fighting for, what you're fighting for, whatever. Like nobody's saying you can't join the fight or we don't, whatever. But you know, these two white women laid their life on the line for
Yeah, and
two black women, and that was the result.
that's why I say evil to calculate because I thought I want to be wrong. You correct me if I'm wrong. Want the road that they were on when that road closed?
Yeah, I believe I saw some barricades.
Yeah.
And
So I mean that was sounds premeditated. Ain't know I got lost and ran through somebody. That's just hopefully he gets found quick, man. That's or
I think they found him.
justice served for
I
that. I
believe
didn't
they
I
did.
didn't
I
see
don't know.
that.
Like I said, my thing about a lot of what's going on lately, I've been carefully, taking shit in moderation.
Hmm.
You know, I've been, you know, I see it, but like the George Floyd video, I haven't watched that video yet.
Yeah, I saw it
You know what I mean? And there's a few
twice
other
too many
few other
times.
things out there that I haven't. And I'm also always careful about what it is that I say before I jump out of there. But Sharon, it's not him. It's like I'm not gonna say his name or anything like that, but it's the incident uh, in the topic. It's one of those situations where again, a lot of people like to make shit about race. I seen some stuff about rest in peace Vanessa Guillen
Rest in
being
peace,
murdered by a
definitely.
black soldier, and someone tried to pin that on silence of the Black Lives Matter movement or all of us that say Black Lives Matter, because those are two different things, and we know that Black Lives Matter, the business, as opposed to when we say Black Lives Matter, those are two different things. So, but Vanessa Guillen being murdered by a black soldier, it's heavy. It's a military thing. There's a lot of women that I know in the military that I've seen that can come on this show and talk and contest to. It's that way. It's what I mean. It's that way in the military. Like they're scared to speak up shit. Or it happened to me as a black man. To be honest,
Mm.
as far as like not wanting to say certain things,
Hmm.
I'm 6'4", 260. The only difference is I don't have that mechanism that I want to do paperwork. If I have a problem with you, I do it in a way that you can't write me up.
Right.
And anybody that's ever served with me know that. Like I'll take you aside, regardless of your rank, and tell you exactly how I feel. And consequences is the consequences. But I've lost promotions because of that. That Vanessa Guillen situation was like, I mean, it's the saddest shit in the world to see. It's that's some weak shit. But I'm saying that to say the two are not one and the same. You know, that it's the black black on black crime versus blue lives and black lives conversation. They're not the same.
Right.
I even see that a lot. I even see a lot of people saying, black people kill black people, or what's going on weekend, or Chicago violence, and so on and so forth. And it's like those aren't the same things.
The
Those
crazy
aren't the
thing
same conversation.
about that is I'm seeing a lot more black people say that now.
It's anger.
You see what I'm saying?
I don't not listen. I don't not understand where they're coming from. What they're trying to say is we have to care about us before
Yeah.
we. No, that's not the same.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say it's not the same is because you have to understand the system first. A lot of what goes on in these conditions, poverty, uh, you know, struggle, the ghettos, the hoods, is
Hmm.
circumstantial. And I said it last show. What did you think was gonna happen when you lower the job rate
Yeah.
and you quarantine motherfuckers and you stop travel and you create this monster or this situation where we were already bad But what did you like? I don't have a source of income now.
Yep.
I don't have a means of, you know, moving around and doing certain things. So I'm confined to an area and I'm hungry. I'm mad. I'm upset. $1,200 stimulus check for 3 months wasn't gonna cut it.
At all. Like that was it was something, but it was nothing.
And that's not me making an excuse. I'm just saying like given proximity and circumstances and shit like that, like it's just not the same thing. As an officer, you have you know, a job to do and you have the option. Not saying that, you know, killing is right or people that, you know, go out and do these things are justified in their things. I'm saying I know they have an option, but shit, you cage an animal.
Yeah.
You know, I seen and I'm jumping around, but I seen
That's
some
cool.
shit about Polish prisons
Mm-hmm.
and Polish prisons or something of that nature. In Polish prisons, it might have been Pole. I'll look it up.
All right.
But their prison system is like very well taken care of. So the prisoners are in, you know, comfortable beds. They have comfortable living. They're rehabilitating, which is
That's
what
gonna say
prisons.
real rehabilitation, not just like some kind of
Right,
animal lockdown where it's like
right. We
set up for
treat
failure.
like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of like, all right, I went to jail. I'm in jail, but you're treating me like an animal.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I get out, understand what prison really is. Prison is I did something wrong. You
Mm-hmm.
told me the circumstances and the consequences to my actions. Those two should even out according to the system. But now that I'm out, I have more repercussions. I have more on me. I'm still paying that back. And for
Yeah.
certain crimes, I completely understand it, but it's not wiped away, is what I'm saying.
Mm-mm.
You're not rehabilitated. You're not given a second chance.
You're conditioned. You're I, f- I always say like you're conditioned to end up back in there.
Yeah.
Like we'll let you
Well,
out the way we
well,
condition you, what you've been through. You coming back.
even if you know you're not conditioned to be back in there, it's like, all right, if my son gets in trouble for spilling juice and I spank him,
Mm-hmm.
I can't keep spanking him after and reminding him of it. I
Right.
gave him the results of your action. He knows he paid for that.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna continue to bring it up, am I was the punishment for the, like, that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Is make the punishment for the crime. You know what I mean? But that aside, it's like I said, you know, with all the things that's going on, um, police officers very rarely get any circumstances or consequences to their actions. But
And that's the
yeah,
point I always press. Like I ain't gonna lie. I said it. I think probably episode one. I was that guy when I was younger that was quick to be like, oh well, black folks kill black folks. Blah blah blah. Like wait, I grew up and like, yo, a, a big difference.
yeah,
Cause what like when they get caught, what happens? What happens when anybody gets caught
yeah.
in those situations? They get locked
So,
away.
so to skip around, which is still on the same subject, there's a group of black, heavily armed men and women that marched in Georgia.
You want to say their name?
Yeah, go ahead.
You know it?
Yeah, it was yeah, I'll tell you exactly what it was, like DFAC or something. In fact,
NFAC,
in fact, yeah,
not fucking around coalition.
yeah, not fucking.
March through Stone Mountain.
In fact, March in Stone Mountain Park, Georgia, July 4th, 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Stone Mountain is one of the most heavily racist places in Georgia.
Heavily.
No police officers showed up, no police presence, no violence, no gas, no resistance, no incidents.
Mm-mm.
No, what that said to me?
Can't wait to hear.
That said to me, if we was armed, wouldn't be no problems. You're telling me that we couldn't think about it. A
I am.
march that's planned, peaceful march, all they're saying is picket signs, Black Lives Matters, Justice for, can have and result in all of the incidents that we've seen from rioting on,
Mm-hmm.
police presence and all. And then a group with everybody armed to the teeth, gas, mask, vest, everything,
It was
can march
1,000 strong.
through through one of the most racist places on earth
Yeah.
and not a single incident. They didn't want them problems.
Nah, no smoke.
So, so it's the bully effect, which is what we've been saying.
Yeah.
It's the bully effect. Y'all didn't want not a KKK member, not a Karen, not a motherfucker off their porch, none of
Zero.
that. Not a police presence, not a gas, not a get none of that.
Not no
March,
counter shit. Nothing.
nothing.
Zero. Nothing. Nobody. Quiet.
No
Church mouth.
incidents, no write ups, nothing.
Mm-mm.
Said to me, oh yeah, I bet you they members double overnight. I bet you they members double overnight.
Hey, and then all right, I'm gonna say her
Guarantee.
name. The comment you just read, Sheena. Like in this fight, I went to school with her, class of '99. Shout out Thorn Ridge, back in Chicago. She's somebody to follow, bro. So I just wanted to see you. Sheena just wanted to shout you out. I want to get her on here one day. Matter of fact,
Whenever
because
she come on stage,
she's somebody need to be heard,
all
like in the
get
fight,
this
and
man.
she been
Anybody
in the
listen,
fight.
anybody listening that has something to say, this
Yeah,
platform is made for you. You hear that sub, my info has been on there. Santana's info is on there. Every week I come on here and I say, if you have something to say, I'm more than willing to listen. Even if it's a rebuttal, I don't give a fuck about arguing. Come on. Come on.
yeah,
If
she
I'm wrong,
definitely
tell
need
me
to be
I'm wrong,
heard.
prove me wrong. You know what I'm saying? But that being said, also, yeah, double overnight. I bet it did. And I
Hmm.
bet you, as you know, ironic, when Chappelle said the only way to get them to change the laws is
For us
for
to
us
carry them
to,
joints. Yeah,
that's what it is. At the end of the day, at the end of the day, say what you want. I say it's the bully effect because when you what I say episode one, I think it's the weakest shit in the world to just me. I think it's the weakest shit in the world to continue ask to ask a system that you know has failed you and was set up to fail you for the things that you were born with. And a lot of people didn't understand and still don't understand what I'm saying. You will have to be a special type of person, peaceful Gandhi, Martin Luther King type of person to ask, which is, derivative of, or whatever goes into begging and pleading and,
it's
marching.
that. That's what I want to call it.
Ask, to ask
That's what I want to call it. It's
these
begging.
motherfuckers to give you what you were born with.
Yeah.
You, like she said, kings and queens. At the end of the day, as a black man in America, I haven't felt inferior a day in my life. I felt the results of poverty.
Hmm.
I felt the results of being a have not. I
Hmm.
felt racism. I felt stereotypes. I felt what's the word? You know, when they single you out and stuff and they pull you over or whatever.
Oh, profile.
I felt profile. I felt all of those things. I've never felt inferior. Not a day in my
Nah,
life.
never felt inferior. Just literally the same for me for everything you just ran down. It's
Yeah,
never
yeah. I never
inferior.
felt that. So, and I say it all the time, I believe everybody has a fight and everybody has a place in everything, whether that's history, today, or whatever. But I'm never asking anybody for shit. And what we saw was what happens when you arm yourself. You know your rights. You know you're not breaking any laws. Matter of fact, I know the strength in numbers. I know my power, and I know if you fuck with me right now, you may not walk away from this.
Yeah.
Well, I may be.
Did you
Some of
watch?
us might not,
Did you watch any of that?
but they didn't move. No, I haven't watched any of that. I
You,
seen the march and I seen the pictures and stuff, and I read the articles. Like I said,
you need to
I
watch it.
what was the tell me about it.
Watch it. All right. The gentleman in charge, the king in charge, is official Grandmaster Jay. Like I'm still kind of learning about him. You know what I mean? But he was the one that was the head of it, and shit, he had a lot to say. Like if I could find a clip of him, talking a little bit, cause I followed him. Let me see. The message in it, man. He wasn't. It's called a not fucking around coalition, and that he wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Like if I could find it with him talking, man, it was. I literally been watching this shit since that day. I can't find the actual video. I
Dangerous at
tried to
all.
save it,
Just,
but
when
he
you
got a
get straight to the
strong
point.
message,
You
man.
stop the subliminal. You stop the politically correct shit. You stop all the pacifying of what it is. At the end of the day, I'm not fucking around no more.
Yeah,
That in itself tell me everything that I need to know because that's the basis of how we're feeling. We keep repeating the sentiment, and when you talk so long and so much about it, it gets repetitious. But at the end of the day, it's necessary. But I'm done fucking around.
yeah.
I'm done. I'm done playing. You know what I mean? I seen another incident, and again, well, let me not say I seen it because I didn't watch either video, not the first one or the second one, but I saw something where a white woman and maybe her husband maybe pulled a gun on some black people
Yeah,
and like touched her car or something.
I watched both.
Now, some people are watching this and saying, "Why would you even bring that up if you haven't, educated yourself on this?"
I
I
don't
don't
trip.
need
I
to.
watched it, so
I don't need to
I
see it.
input.
Well, listen, I don't need to see it. All I need to know is if I pull a gun in public,
You going to jail.
I'm fucked. I
If
gotta
you
use.
pull a gun in public for no reason,
But even
for
more
no
than that, if you,
justifiable reason,
you
you're
know,
going to
e-
jail.
even more than that, even more than that, what it comes down to for a lot of these police officers and people with pistols is the I call it the juice effect. It's Tupac, Bishop, Juice.
Mm.
He was cool with his homies. He was fed up. He felt some kind of way. They scrap a little bit, but they back cool in the morning, everything like that. But you watch anybody that ever gets their hand on a firearm, suddenly the itch to use it is there. You're
Yeah.
tough. That's what happened with Bishop. Bishop suddenly that juice,
Mm-hmm.
metaphorically speaking, that shit running through his brain. When he said he was holding on to the pistol and he was doing, he was getting. That's how a lot of people are. A lot of these police officers and a lot of these people that get guns instead of fighting, squaring up, and dealing with the shit head on or whatever, whatever. They get a pistol and suddenly they tough. That's kind of what happens. If that situation she didn't have a gun and know she could get away with pulling it or even using it,
Mm-hmm.
she drives off without a second thought. If she felt the need, like if you're in that situation where you felt the need that you needed to, one, you were that angry, or two, your life was in, you drive the fuck off.
Which you're obligated to, depending on. I think it happened in Michigan, so if it was fucking Florida, she was in the right. So fuck them. But they were in Michigan, so most states got the right to retreat laws. Like if you're not in danger, you can't stop the car and get out and go back. Like pull your ass off and leave.
That's what I'm saying. Like even with all of that, if you thought you were in danger and you had to get away without the pistol, you drive off. There's no looking back. There's no conversation. You go. If you don't know you got that pistol or whatever the case is, a lot of that is subliminal. And Jason, I hear you, bro. I hear you. I 100% hear you. I'm not saying I won't say everybody with a pistol feels it, but
That's
what I am
facts.
saying is the thought that I have it and I use this motherfucker is always there. It's subconscious. It's there.
Mm-hmm.
It's there. When you have options, your options are there. It's let's take it on a smaller scale. It's money. When you have money, the idea of making an impulse purchase, nothing. I know I got somebody coming in, or I got a couple of dollars saved up. I could do it. But we've all, well, I ain't gonna say all. A lot of us have been in situations where we wonder how the fuck we made it because we didn't stretch $15 for a week, and suddenly 2,500 a week is gone
Mm-hmm.
because we got it. It's the same shit with a pistol. A lot of people that will retreat and get the fuck up out of there don't want to smoke. They be gone, but they know they got their pistol or they got rights or whatever. Suddenly they let me just get to the car. And they mind, let me just get to the car.
Yeah.
Let me just I'm gonna show you. All
Cause
right.
like if you do
I've
your
seen
due
videos.
diligence and know the law, yeah.
I've seen videos of black people fighting in malls where the dude gets hit and he tried to swing, but instead he run off, catch up with his guy. Guy opens a backpack. He runs in there. He's tough now, but he knew if he get to that bag, illegal or otherwise, he ain't even really got to fight you. But I know,
No.
I'm in my head. I know. Let me get to this bag.
You talking about recently too,
I'll
ain't
show you. Yeah, it
you?
was
Yeah,
in the
I
mall.
saw you.
But
I
I mean,
watch I
but you
watch
see that.
I watch too much internet, man. I see all this shit, so
But yeah, it's just and like I said, it's just one of those situations. But maybe you could tell me, shit, Jason. I seen you post both.
mm-hmm.
Somebody can enlighten me on what happened.
All right, well why if he's maybe he's typing all right, from what I saw the first time I watched it, I can't remember who posted it, but I initially just saw the woman hop out with the gun,
Mm,
yelling at him like, "Get the fuck back!" Ah. She even cocks it. You know what I'm saying? Like she was ready. Like And then after a while, I saw another person post the definitely seen it. I saw another person post like the whole video where I saw the video starts off where they're arguing. Like it's a daughter, a black daughter and a black mother, and they're arguing with the white couple because I guess the
Oh,
white woman
Mark.
bumped into the daughter or something like that. It started from there.
Okay.
So they was arguing back and forth. The husband got involved. It was words. It was literally just words back and forth. You know what I'm saying? So in a nutshell, it looks as if it was over with because the couple got in the van, and I don't know. The daughter has the most perspective in the video, so as she turns away, you see the mother walking towards like the back of the van, and then she hollers, "Oh, like you try to run her over," and that's where the shit takes off. Cause I don't know if the moms was beating on the van or nothing, couldn't really see or hear, but that's when they hopped out and
That's what I heard.
up the
Somebody
pistol.
heard she put her hand on a. I read she put her hand on a vehicle or something of that nature, and then
Yeah, that's supposedly after, not supposed. That was after
I saw some people
try
say
to
she
run
was
over.
just mad, or she tried to get away and so on and so forth. So like I said, I didn't watch it. I'm not gonna pretend like I did watch it. What I know is if you felt the need to, sometimes it's better to just drive off. But you know,
Which they should have. Like I didn't understand people trying to justify, like honestly try to make the black mother at fault.
what it,
I still
exactly
don't get it.
it's justified because a lot of people go to the I ain't fucking around with you shit. You know what I'm saying? Like we just talked about. A lot of people had a mentality, and we just have to be honest with ourselves. A lot of people have the mentality, no matter the color of your skin or your background, where I'll show you. I ain't really fucking around with you right now.
That's gonna get you locked up, depending on where you are.
And listen, and I'm not saying, and mind you, like I said, as somebody that didn't watch it, standing biasly back, what I'm saying to you is I'm in no position to tell you whether they right or wrong. What
Right.
I'm telling you is, if she felt the need to, because sometimes drive off. Just in that situation, drive off is probably best. But you know, if you agitate somebody, most people, I'm telling you, the juice effect. Most people put in that position. I'm gonna show you. All right, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done playing with you. And I mean, and that's a it's human nature, which is it's poetic in a sense. It's saying exactly what I'm saying with black people. That situation is indicative of how we are. How long do you keep poking somebody before they up that thing on you?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what race you are, white, black, whatever. How many times and how frustrated do I have to be before I get to the point where I'm done asking you, I'm done arguing with you, I'm done talking to you. All right, let's handle this. But again, sometimes some people walk away or whatever. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll watch it after this or something. But
Yeah, you
Jay,
should. And I see he say
feel free to come on. Like I said, Jay,
he
that's
felt
my
the
brother.
black lady escalated the entire thing.
You know,
She
it is.
she she did what she did, man. But it didn't. It shouldn't have came to you almost getting hit by the van and I get the gun pulled on me, man. I can't roll with that. You know what I'm saying?
Uh, it is what it
Cause
is.
that's
But
not, but
tensions are high. Tensions are high for everybody, and everything is regardless of what it's gonna be. Is gonna be race bait. We
yeah,
know
that's
this.
where it's at now.
It's race bait. You know what I mean? And like Jason said, you can only. I'm gonna be honest. Like I've come on here and I've been 100% with everybody from day one. I don't have that mechanism where I'm gonna have that conversation with you.
Hmm.
But I'm gonna go to them hands first, and I've been in that. There's a lot of people that have seen me in situations that understand and contest and come to my, you know, defense and tell you like, yo, I'm hands first in that moment, which is why I try to avoid confrontations altogether.
Facts.
But if I feel the need to up that thing, man, it's not gonna end well.
Nah,
It's
and
not gonna end well.
that's where I'm at. Like I used to be like ready to fight all that, but now I'm to the point like I got a lot of shit on the line, so I'm gonna try to get away from you. I'm gonna give you the chance to like, yo, I don't want the smoke.
So I'm gonna say this shit again because a lot of people think I'm not picking any side. I'm telling you firsthand that like I said, it's regardless of what side of that situation you stand on, if you step back and look at it,
Hmm.
that's exactly where black people in America or minorities in America are. At some point, you stop talking and having that conversation with somebody, and apologizing, and you get fed up, and then anything goes.
Yeah, yeah.
And then to sit back and feel like, yo, I'm mad because it happened. I gave you every opportunity outside of me removing myself from it completely to, fix this. But
I can roll
anyway,
with that.
uh, it is what it is. I'm gonna check it out though.
Yeah, definitely. Sure.
My man said he'll vote for Kanye. Kanye ain't even fixed Chicago, bruh. Let's talk about
CJ.
it. Let's just end this right
Big
now.
CJ.
What's Kanye done for Chicago? I'll wait.
He bought Sunday service. He bought Sunday service out to the city. Walked through
Did
the
that
crowd.
He did that everywhere. He even came to
Part of the crowd.
Osteen's church here in Texas, right?
Did he walk through the crowd in Texas?
I don't know. All I know is I'm not hating on the man. I'm gonna tell you my official stance. I don't care about him deciding to run for president. I love what Kim Kardashian is doing. And I'm gonna repeat that again. I love what Kim Kardashian is doing. Love it. I can't say that I've seen as much from Ye. That's just me being honest. But aside from that, my only real issue with him is his sporadic behavior. You cannot substitute. You can't. My official stance: you can't be against Trump, and you can't be against Trump and then champion Kanye. You can't. They're one and the same, different sides. You got two celebrities, unqualified, with a following and reputation. Yeah, one of them got some cases and some rape charges and allegations and the history of all the rest of the shit. But the other one, you cannot control that guy. You've never in history been able to control his mouth, whether that's Taylor Swift walking on stage and little shit like that, or getting up there and telling you George Bush don't like black people, and then flipping to the MAGA hat. And so you should never want somebody like that. I don't care if you black and you don't want to vote for the rest of them or whatever. That guy is not qualified to fit to be president. It's just that simple. There's nothing else. It's just it's ridiculous. You can't hate Trump and then think Kanye is even close to qualified.
Nah, he nowhere near, in my own opinion, man. Come on, for the president, like, it's almost.
No,
This shit it was already a joke. This shit is turning into an even bigger joke to me now. Like,
yeah, and then the people that said he would, and I'm gonna have some of y'all on here that have a different opinion than me. I know a few people, Alvin Jacobs Jr., Candace, Nicole. I'm gonna have y'all on here or whatever. But and I would love to hear from anybody that has a different opinion. The bottom line is right now we're starting to become quid pro quo. We got a black president in. They hated it. They voted the worst type of motherfucker in to combat that and get back at us. And they loving it. So now you're telling me we're gonna do it again and we're gonna keep doing, like, let's get back to
and forth.
Shit. I said it on the episode with Pat. I don't give a fuck if you black, white, purple, or whatever. I'm looking for the most qualified person to fix the shit.
Yeah.
That ain't Ye.
Do we have anybody?
We don't.
That's
not off the top of the head.
That's the more sad part.
But listen, let me stop that. Let me stop that by saying I wouldn't have a problem with somebody neutral, like The Rock or somebody that's a celebrity going up there and doing, like, he threw his shit out there, whatever. And I'm like, all right, you know what? I ain't against it, but that's because the man has never displayed. Yeah, Dwayne Johnson. The man has never displayed anything to me that says he is against one or the other or has a personal interest in any of this.
Yeah.
Kanye, nah, you gotta be kidding me. The press conferences alone, or meetings with meetings with other countries. Come on, bro. You can't be serious.
Too many rollouts. And I believe that, since I said the word, I believe that's what's going on now. I think it's a sick rollout.
Well, I heard somewhere, and again,
because
I heard somewhere that he couldn't even throw his hand. It's too late. I've read somewhere that it's too late for him to throw it in there.
Rollout, man. Because he just dropped that. I can't think of the name of the video, which is deep. He just dropped it.
Ain't no way. I can't be president. People hate me. People hate me. Listen, policies. Well, listen, he got to put them out there. But saying that all right, Jay. Here's the thing: policies and all that aside, even if he rolled out with great policies at this point, do you trust him for 4 years, respectfully, to stand up there, whether that's in a meeting with Republicans and everybody? He's gonna drop an album in the middle of all of this. Remember the Houseway incident when he was questioned about that's infamous. That's indicative of who he is. When Sway asked him, when Sway in the morning asked him about the Ralph Lauren shit, and he was trying so hard to be accepted by those, you know, high fashion people.
How, Sway?
You stupid. How? How? He wanted that so bad. We're talking about and I guess that's why you can see why I don't like him. He's going against everything that I've been saying. When Fubu was Fubu, Fubu did what Fubu did for us, by us, unapologetically. With Ye's whole thing, he need Elon Musk. He need, Gucci. He asking for, Ralph Lauren and all of them to give him the same respect or get him a deal to work with him and so on. He's needed that acceptance. That's a big thing for him, is he need that acceptance.
You want to be at the
And
table.
I'm saying constantly, yo, just do you. We'll support you. We'll support you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the thing. Like I'm not gonna do this podcast and say, you know what? Let me not offend my white friends. No. I don't need iTunes to pick me up. I don't need a label to pick me up. I don't want a label to pick me up. I don't need you to send me this is my brother hat, matter of fact. What up, Jay? This your hat, boy.
Oh, word.
And every other show before that, you see me rocking other hats and other
I
merchandise.
need one of them joints.
Yeah, he got a whole bunch of colors.
I need one.
But before I sit back here and ignore the Nike, but before I come up here and I sit back and say, oh man, I need Nike to sponsor me, or I need, Ciroc to sponsor me, I'm gonna go to one of my guys. That's where it's at. Ye can't do that, bro. Even if he's rich now or whatever the case, everything that he's done, everybody said PR stunt. When he said he's broke, he was PR stunt, right?
Of course.
When he married her, when he went at Ray J, when all the things that he's done, everything that he's done has been labeled as a PR stunt. And that's the last person that you want to be president. That's all I'm saying. It has nothing to do with nothing else. I don't hate, I'm not hating the black man trying to better himself and do this. I'm not, none of that.
Just ain't gonna cut it, man.
That's not it.
Ain't the move.
It's not it. By no means.
Not the move.
I damn near, and I'm going on record saying this, I damn near would be all right with Kim Kardashian throwing her hand in. It would make more sense to me because I've seen her working behind the scenes for the past few years.
Yep.
Regardless of her history, I'm not judging off of, this is not necessarily, she did X, Y, and Z. I'm talking about the work.
History out the window, if that's what the shit that's going on now.
Because again, one of the biggest factors to me in all of this is always, she doesn't have to do shit. She's rich. She's white. She's successful by any stretch of the word, I guess. Family's good. The fact that she out here doing prison reform and getting people out, she don't have to do it. Do you think I don't think she had plans to get in office. I think at some point we all grow up, get conscious, and I believe Kim Kardashian is one of those people, whether we like it or not, that realize that her ass can only get her so far, do so much, make her so happy. Her money can only do so much, make her happy. Whatever whatever publicity, whatever things and ventures she does can only take her so far. And I don't know how many times you can open the internet and see that people are at your head about everything that you do before you look yourself in the mirror. I think she is absolutely doing the work because she wants to do the work and be better. There's no other reason for that. Because other than that, she go on like the rest of her sisters and everybody else, and just everybody else that's rich, Elon or whoever, and just keep creating and let you talk. There's a vibe that goes on with rich people that says, I'm rich, still make money.
Yep.
We see it within our own people. When the argument time comes, I'm rich. You know what I mean? That's the end all be all. Like what
Always.
you doing?
I got this, I got that. So
Yeah.
I'm
So
still
you
gonna
have
have this, still gonna have that. Fuck all that. Like I don't that
right.
shit
Like
don't
at the end
touch
of the
me. You know
day,
what I'm
at
saying?
the
I'm
end of the
good.
day, what you
We've
gonna do?
seen it.
You can't. How you gonna hate from outside the club? You can't even get in.
Yeah.
She got money. Kim, you know what I mean? Say what you want. We all done smashed some shit, recorded some shit, done some shit. You know what I mean? It is what it is. She turned her platform, her voice, her fame into some shit that's positive. I cannot discredit the work. I can't. So like I said, say what you want. I can't tell you. And some people are gonna rebuttal with everything don't have to be broadcast, and I agree with that. It don't, but I can't tell you what Ye's done. That's just me. End of story, end of discussion. There's nothing more. If anybody got anything else to say, add to it. Want to see him president? Think he should be president? I would love to hear why. I
Fuck
would love.
that.
I would love to
Cause,
hear why. Me personally.
Cause you can't
Some
say
reason.
on one hand everything ain't gotta be broadcasted. There's some shit happen, say, oh, what, we ain't heard from Kanye. Like, yo, pick, yo, which one is it? You want to hear from him? You don't want to hear from him? Like, cause
Well, we just canceled him not too long ago.
that's
We
what I'm
wasn't
saying.
even
Just
buying his records.
recently.
We wasn't even buying his records. Now we voting for him.
Yeah, I'm good, B.
And
Not
again,
me.
it's nothing personal. The boy can spit when he wants to spit. He got a new joint out with Ty Dolla Sign that he in on. But we was just canceling him as a whole. We wouldn't buy his album. We wouldn't doing none of that, and so on and so forth. And you can't lie and say that you're not sketchy about his motives. That in itself should tell you don't trust it.
All right. If you could nominate, it's from Chris. If you could nominate anyone from any party or side, who would you love to see in office?
Um, at this point, I'm ready for a woman president.
Mm. Got anybody in mind?
I don't have anybody in mind. Obviously, you would go first. First choice being Michelle Obama, but again, I can't tell you the politics of it. I can only tell you the family history, etc. And
Yeah.
do I want Michelle Obama in office today? I can't say that I do. Same reason why I didn't want Barack to win a second term, because the next her going into office is great for us
Hmm.
historically, problematic. I can see so many people pushing back
Yeah.
and negativity happening. And again, that's not a reason to say don't. What I'm telling you is, me firsthand, I don't absolutely know the politics. If I had to pick somebody, matter of fact, who
But
was that girl? Pelosi. She be on her shit. I
yeah,
don't know much about her, but
I
Pelosi be
don't
on
either.
her shit. She be pushing. I don't know shit about her. I just know she don't take no shit, and for all that she do, she gets shit done. Therefore, somebody like that, like somebody that's not afraid to walk in and say, "Hey, sign this fucking bill
Hmm.
and get on the record and speak her mind." Like, I've seen everything that I've seen from that Pelosi chick says. Pelosi woman is you know straight raw. She don't give a.
Yeah.
I
Down
can't
the
say
middle.
Killer Mike. Hey, so you're the second person to tell me Killer Mike. I can't say Killer Mike, and the reason why I'm hesitant, or I say I can't vote for, or I don't see Killer Mike running, is because he is um, pro-black by any stretch. That in itself screams the opposite of what we should be, not that we want, or we are what we should be looking for. If we looking for equality, we got to say equality. That's what I'm saying. If we're saying equality, we have to say equality. We can't say this person, because this person is about our needs and not those needs. I don't want that. That's never what I want. That's not what I stand on. That's never been my argument, and it won't ever be. I don't want anybody that comes in is just focused on Black America. That's the problem with why we have so much hate towards the system now, is because
Mm.
it was catered towards the rich and white America. I don't want somebody to come in and fix black problems or tilt towards black problems. Yes, I want somebody to focus on our needs and our complaints and the things of nature and fix those things, white, black, or whatever. But I don't want somebody that I know is so pro black
Yeah.
that if they don't do X, Y, and Z, we gonna feel some kind of way, because you got to remember that shit still has to be pushed through a certain, amount of people and criteria.
Definitely.
What you mean? What I'm saying it. Man's pro-black. I'm not saying he's not smart. I'm not saying he's not dope. I'm not saying none of that. I'm saying, do you think he can be president? Is he absolutely your first nominee? Not saying he's not. Again, you feel free to come on here and tell me why you think he is. I know he's groomed in economics and so on and so forth.
Yep.
So is Master P. Am I lying?
Nah.
Percy Miller's done a lot of business ventures,
Mhm.
quietly and publicly and everything. Percy Miller, you know what I mean, for all whatever. Right. Trump, exactly. So that's what I'm saying, Jay. You're saying exactly what I'm saying. To sit back, my point with Kanye is, all right, think about all the arguments that came in with Trump. Oh, he's only a celebrity. All right, so it's Kanye. You use that against Trump and why he shouldn't be there, only to elect somebody that you're saying is in that same category. He's not qualified. Qualified. Neither is Kanye. So when we argued that, now we're electing somebody that is, oh, his wife's a porn star, did porn, and she's naked, and we can find the pictures. So is Ye. There's a lot of things that go into the sporadicness and the rebuttals that we said, we as black people and whatever hate Trump said about Trump that we would see and elect on the opposite side of Ye. And that's why I'm saying you cannot do and say, I hate this, and then elect that because it benefits you. That's the problem. So you have to find somebody that's neutral. You have to find somebody that's qualified and that is going to focus on black problems as well as white problems and fix it. If not, we're going to continue to do that circle. That's what I'm saying. But P is one of them people. Like I'm not gonna say P ain't pro-black, but P clearly has done the work. He ain't filing bankruptcy. He ain't bad with money in the economy. He ain't somebody that you're not gonna listen to when he speaks. Do I think he'll be president? No. Would I like to see him run? Probably more qualified than anybody. I would listen. I would listen to P. I would listen, and that's a big difference than the skeptical or the spectacle that is Kanye West. We don't
Yeah,
know what we're getting. Right. I'm saying the circle that I'm talking about right now is we elected a black president and they were mad. They elected the worst type of white dude. We were mad. If we elect Kanye, they're mad. The next go round, that's the circle I'm talking about. It's gonna keep doing this where we're all looking for somebody that's for our needs instead of whatever. Again, I'm saying it. Are you asking for equality or are you asking for roles to be reversed? Did we expect Obama to come in and give us slaves when he was elected? I know you can't please everyone. I'm not saying you are. What I'm saying is what I'm saying. I'm not looking to please everybody. I've said it before. You heard me on this show. What I'm saying is the same thing that I've been saying. If you're asking me for a presidential candidate, I have none because I don't know too many people that are for the people. The people, black, white, whatever color you are, the people. I don't know nobody like that. I haven't seen it. The closest thing to it that I said was Dwayne Johnson because I don't know somebody that's coming in that is neutral in the sense of I've never seen him and I can't imagine him hating white people, and I can't imagine him hating black people. I think he would come in and focus on the politics, and it's a stretch. Not even saying he's a presidential candidate. I'm just saying he's the only person that I've heard that was running that would. That being said, you have to keep asking yourself: are you asking, and are they marching for equality, equal rights, right? Equal play in it, or are you asking for it to be offset? And if you're asking for it to be offset, that means that there has to be a president that comes in and for the next however many years, and it's probably gonna have to be 100 to 200 years to catch up, has to be strictly focused on us. In which case, we might as well go ahead and do what I said before: rid the politics, rip it down, start another one. Tear this system down, build me another one. In the words of Ha Ha Davis, I need you to just take this White House down, build me another one.
Yeah.
That's the only way. I agree. There has to be a black agenda. I'm not saying it's not. I agree. There has to be a black agenda, but it cannot be a person that comes in and is so pro-black, But
Mm.
you understand what I'm saying, Mike?
Yeah, I'm following. Like,
Yeah.
the thing is, because I look at it when I hear anything going on, I look at all sides. So I understand what Jason's saying. I understand what you're saying. You know what I mean? Like it's like where do we?
Yeah.
It's almost like he's. I don't know if I'm wrong. He can correct me. Like tip the scales in our favor. Yo. Like where like tipping the scales in our favor would make it equality.
Listen, you have to have a black agenda. We talked about this the first few times. You have to have some form of reparations. You have to. Even if that reparation comes in the form of us somehow breaking off and having our own, system, currency, or whatever, because we saw with Black Wall Street, we saw with history that we're playing a game that we cannot win. Even if somebody comes in today and they focus on our agenda, what is that? They're gonna put better, computers in the school, better environment for us to live in. What is the agenda absolutely going to be? Because at the end of the day, if you're talking about jobs, that's already affirmative action and shit. If you're talking about the head start that they had, we're not catching them in a turn. The only way to even offset this is you got a powerful system, and we're still somehow the stones that built this shit, but we're at the bottom, and we're gonna continue to be at the bottom with our closest being Beyonce, Jay Z, Kanye, and Kim Kardashian, them, Oprah, those rich folks. That's the closest. LeBron James and his family. Those are the closest black rich people that you're gonna get. Which means that if that's our voice and that's our influence, how do you offset that with the motherfucking trillionaires and billionaires that the world has made in the past 400 years on our backs? We have to own businesses. We have to have our own, place in the judicial system that understands what we're coming from. Half of the reason why we go to jail and we, get the sentences and shit that we got is because there's a white jury, white lawyers, white public defender, white judge, white officers, and all the way down the line, we're fucked. A lot of the time they don't understand, just coming from even from the schools on. Like you think white teachers, and I'm not saying all, but you think in history it started with white teachers teaching us what they wanted us to know, and they gave a fuck about us more than they cared about themselves. And then the white police policing our neighborhood, or the white landlords and the white, what I mean? Like it's all the way up the ladder. You're steady answering to white people, and in order for that to even offset, you got to come to the table with some shit that makes us owners in everything on a big on a major scale. Exactly, the whole system is corrupt, and again, if the whole system is corrupt, you have to tell me if your computer, your phone, or whatever is corrupt. You keep using it. The only way to fix a fucking corrupt computer is to wipe the motherfucker and start over, which is what I've been saying. But you can't keep using the corrupt system and put a new disk in the motherfucker. It's still corrupt. It's the truth. For whatever you call it, analogy, metaphor, whatever my point still stands. Like, you cannot continue to use something faulty. Video games, cameras, whatever you want to, you cannot continue to use it if it's corrupt. That's our system. You can keep feeding it information, you keep typing, you can keep writing papers, all the fuck you want to on that computer, and installing games. It's not gonna work. Okay, so the new update comes from Apple, but your computer fucked and you update. It's still corrupt, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't wait for the next update and think that it's gonna fix it. What you have to do is tear it down and build it up again. You have to. There is no other fucking way. I don't care how you want to play it. I don't care what you think needs to get in. At the end of the day, you either throw this shit away or you have to come back with something completely new. What's the two-part system? Because right now,
Oh, they say the two party.
our two-party, yeah,
I've always had a problem with that.
I agree, but
Cause you starting off with, I don't know. You starting off like it's two Americas, dog.
here's,
Like,
here's the thing. Can we all agree on one thing? It was never, whether we want to quote the Constitution, all men created equal, etc. We want to talk about Juneteenth. We want to talk about slavery. We want to talk about Independence Day. If we want to talk about all these things, let's talk about the root of it. It was never for us. We was never free when they said we was free. We was never brought here and lived or had the same situation or rights as them. It was none of that. And everybody sits back and quotes the 13th Amendment and everything else, and talk about the prisons. The fact is, the information is out there, and we all know it. We've all seen it. Everybody here, anybody that's on here, everybody that's commenting and listening knows factually. I'm not saying anything that's wrong. We all know the system was not made for us. What we're trying to do is somehow play the game with the system and hope that it accept us, or we somehow, we're not. It's not happening. It's not happening. There's zero chance that in our lifetime, the next lifetime, or our grandkids' lifetime, that we're going to see the system catch up with us. It's not happening. We're going to continue to get them rich. As we're sitting in the pandemic, Amazon is getting dumb money. Dumb money. There's a lot of corporations out there that's getting dumb money. And when the cities and everything open back fully, whether you want to talk about conspiracies of coronavirus or how it is and what's being manipulated, whatever, the bottom line is the bottom people are never catching up, whether they change laws or otherwise. It's not happening. So I don't think the next president or somebody coming in with a black agenda is changing, unless you're talking some radical shit where the roles is just completely reversed in order for the next 400 years for us to catch up.
Yeah.
That's the only way.
And they will never let that shit go through.
Exactly.
We talked about this, episode 1, when we was talking about when Obama was president, and then, he ain't do shit for us. Like, yo, they wasn't letting none of that shit slide that he was trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Nah. So it's definitely the system, yo.
And don't get it twisted. Do I believe Kanye would come in and say some shit like that? I do. I believe Kanye would come in and, say some far left shit. There is no balance. And there should be a lot more people ready to tear this system down completely than just black folk, than just minorities. There should be a lot of people that should be upset with it. And me and Pat talked about this on that one episode. Like, I would damn near accept a system that's closer to the barter system than the dollar system any day. Because that means that I have to get up every day and do my part in society and make friends and make amends and create relationships and bonds with people in order to get shit done. The dollar, what that does is whoever got the most don't got to do shit and dictates how it's played. If I have the most money, you think the people around me give a fuck about anything but it? They're trying to get what I got, and as long as I got it, I can tempt you with it. Hey, Santana, let me give you $50, bro. I still got 50 million. I'm gonna give you $50 to do this. Your job by trying to maintain and get money is to make a couple dollars. What you don't know, or what you actually most people do know in the bigger sense of things, me giving you $50 just made me 5,000 more. But you're still playing this game because you need that 50. I have the 50, and you know that every dollar gets you closer, but I just made 5,000, which made me richer off of your labor. That's how the game is played. So even if LeBron James gets $600 million, even if Mahomes gets $503 million, what do you think the Kansas City Chiefs get?
Yeah, they get
owning the rights to this man's name, his jersey sales, his ticket sales, his image, his likeness,
that likeness,
video game, exactly. Everything that he gets, all his merchandise, they own him.
Damn near in the 360.
503 million all day, but you think they gave him 503 million because they took a loss?
It's damn near 360.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. Like, the game is rigged. It's not bad, but that's just what's in play. That's what we're looking at. You see somebody get 503 million, and you don't bat an eye or blink to think like, yeah, he made it. He's all right. What position do you have to be in to pay somebody 503 million? And what do you stand to earn to pay somebody 503 million? I can give you a guess.
I can only imagine.
And I guarantee you in that clause, if not him, other athletes, there's a clause that say if you don't earn this shit, I can take it back. Or if you don't produce X, Y, and Z, I can take it back, or whatever the case is.
They gonna protect it.
It's gonna be protected.
Yeah.
because that's what corporations do. But either way, if I can dangle $503 million over your head, I'm gaining 5 billion. Five, I'm gaining that. You see what I'm saying? Like, and that's where the system is. That's the same shit with exactly new slaves. Anybody that don't see that, anybody that don't understand that problem, anybody that don't understand what I'm saying, yo, at some point you have to tear the system down and start new. Man, if that man can make $503 million, I'm never gonna see $503 million, bro. I'm never gonna see 503 million. So I'm conditioned to think to train my son for success, set my son up for
Yeah,
success.
be an
Do I
athlete.
train him to be an athlete
Hmm.
in order for him to make it to that point?
Got to get out
Still,
there and run and jump.
still nigga, still nigga, and that's all I'm saying. That's the same as politics. You can get somebody in, and they'll have 4 years to do with it as much as they can, but they're not gonna do much. They might even have 8 years. They're not gonna do much. And yeah, it's a start, and you got to start somewhere. But I'm saying at some point we got to get to the point where we say, "Hey, fuck this. We know this shit ain't. We know factually this shit ain't built for us. We know this shit is not structured for us. We know this shit is not. Like even champion Master P says exactly what I'm saying. Master P ain't worried about being co-signed by Nike or whatever. He got his own shoe. You ain't gotta like it.
Yep.
You can call him ugly.
There he is.
Man, that shoe.
There he is.
Own food, his own clothes. You can't champion him and then be mad at his politics. His politics is his politics. Politics day. I'm gonna do this shit myself, and that's what I'm asking. That's what I'm saying to most people. Like, yo,
So
I'm not saying 500 mil is nothing. What I'm saying to you is $500 million. If you're in a position to give somebody $500 million, how much money do you have? It's ridiculous. You, bro. All right, I said it before. A plantation owner owns a whole bunch of land, right? He gives you an outhouse in the back because he can afford to. You like it. You're still on his land. He still owns you. You'll still do the fucking work and he'll still make money, more money because you're there. It's comfort loop. It's not that it's nothing. It's just that a lot of us are never in this lifetime be able to give somebody or sign somebody and guarantee $500 million. It's not nothing.
we're
It's
talking about
absolutely
likeness. How much are the colleges making?
man. And that's the thing. That's why I'm glad they're going to historic black colleges now. Let them make some of that bread and let them get paid, man. Let them have to get paid.
I'm with it.
Exactly, Julian.
Hey, but
Exactly.
to this whole point, I see Nicole, that's the homie right there. What's up, Nicole? She I don't know if you saw it, she was asking if you don't have a did you not having a candidate mean you not voting?
No, I'm absolutely voting. I just don't know who I'm voting for. What I know is I'm actually listening to politics. And I'll even be so candid as to say, as I've stated before, at this point, if it's between Kanye and Trump, I'm voting Trump. Reason being, I'm not finna sit here and let them tell me for the next 4 fucking years how we fucked up the country even more or how it's fucked up and listen to the same shit. I'd rather them fuck this country up. They say it's theirs anyway.
You're gonna hear that though. You're gonna. I don't give a shit what happened. You're gonna. We get in
Right.
there for one day.
And I'm saying what I'm saying. I'm saying I'm so against it. Listen to me. I'm a prideful nigga. I'm a prideful motherfucker. What I'm saying to you is, Santana, if you being my man 100 grand and you want to run for president, go ahead. You got my support. But if you're unqualified, we got to be honest with each other to say, nah, dog. Even if you black, let them fuck that shit up. We need to figure out us. And what I'm saying is what I'm saying. If Kanye want to start with an organization, I'm with it. If he want to start with some shit that's small and organized, I'm with it. If he want to start with moving, I'm with it. If he want to do some shit for us, I'm with it. But I'm not finna sit back and be like, oh yeah, go ahead, vote him in and watch him, fuck this country up or whatever the fuck, or keep fucking it up, or let us, sit here for the next 8 years and 4 years or whatever and defend it and constantly like I'm tired of the jokes of our, of presidential debates and shit like that. You could put your hand over your head and do the oh my god emoji all day. All I'm saying is we don't. All right. Basically, what I'm saying is if he do that, we're never getting another black president. You understand? Like right now, we have a good record. Right now, we're saying we can be a little bit respected in terms of we ain't fucking shit up. You know what I'm saying? You put that fool in there and let that dude do what he do. They got every reason to point at him. We gave y'all a shot. We gave y'all a shot. We did this. We did this. Y'all fuck. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of where I'm going. I'm probably
Yeah,
saying this shit wrong, but
no, but I follow what you're saying.
I'm basically saying this is their system. Let them fuck their system up. Y'all want to do some shit over here and start over? I'm with it. If Kanye want to do some shit outside of that, I'm with it. Point naked as hell. If he want to, oh my god. Hey,
Yo, King Carter.
my god. Anyway, we all qualify. I agree. Johnny, if you want to run, I got you. Julian, you want to go, I got you. Chris, you want to go, I got you. Jay, you want to go and run, I got you. I'm on it. Ye has a different history. I do. I'm talking about us. It's not them. I'm saying what I'm saying. That's their system. Let them do them. Let them. I don't know how many times I got to say this. I don't give a fuck about America. I'm saying, Kanye, you want to do some shit. You don't need to be president to do it. Let me see what you can do first with us. That's what I'm saying. I've seen what Master P can do.
So you want to know on a community, neighborhood,
I'm saying what I'm
hood
saying.
level. Make some.
saying
So
it's
you
not
saying make
about-
some waves there? Show me something.
Yeah, like what I'm saying is what I'm saying. Like if Master P or somebody want to run and they have the credentials or the history where I cannot dispute that, and you've done what you've done economically and for us, cool.
All right.
I have no problem with that. But what I'm saying is what I'm saying. At the end of the day, I've been very vocal in saying move away from what is American politics all to fucking together. I don't give a fuck about them. Police our own, govern our own, do our own. If Kanye want to do that, by all means. Running for president and having that coon, goofy shit going on, I ain't got time for that. That's what I'm saying. I don't have time. I don't have time for that.
He mad. He mad sporadic. Yeah, like
Exactly.
you don't know who. 4 years is a long fucking
Bro,
time. Nigga.
You can't sit here and say, and I keep saying it, you cannot sit here and say this dude, Trump, is one way, and then champion another dude for being the same. They're the same person.
Yeah.
They're the same person. You can't convince me otherwise. So if you hate it, say hi, baby. Say hello.
What's up, King Carter? Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, you can't sit back. Like I'm not a spiteful person. I'm not like best way I can put it to what I'm trying to say is, if I ever told you don't buy that car, and then I go buy that car, how would you look at me? If I talked you out of buying that car or buying that house, and then I turn around and I buy that car and I buy that house, can you trust me or would you look at me?
No, you're gonna be
As a
looking.
brother,
You're gonna be looking funny in the light.
So if I'm talking about Trump all these years and I don't like them things, why the fuck would I then turn around and go with this nigga we was just canceling?
Big cancel.
Either.
Big cancel.
That's where I'm going with that. So at the end of the day, I'm not gonna switch because of color of his skin. That's what I'm saying. Let's get Kanye the fuck out of here. Let's just end it. I don't want to sit here and play this game all day. I'm not gonna give it too much light or whatever the case, not no more. But the bottom line is what I'm saying. You cannot talk about this man and his weirdness and all his Twitter fingers and all this, and then and then like dudes, politics. Dude too weird, bro.
Wow, man, he a wild boy. He wild.
He too weird.
You don't know. You don't know he gonna get. You don't know who you voting for. You don't know which one. You don't know what he gonna do one thing today.
Naomi, come get him. Come get this kid. He just busted here. He didn't have nothing on.
Man came in like nature.
Good, I appreciate it. Jonathan, you see him in here? He say Santana.
Yeah, it's dope.
Yeah. Other than that, I'm gonna get off the politics shit, man. As one thing that's been in entertainment, I wanted to talk about my man Pop Smoke just released the album,
Hmm.
man. I'm gonna do a whole left. You listened
Hmm.
yet?
Yeah, I finally I was cooking breakfast to the whole thing this morning. The
What'd you
whole
think?
thing, man. And
Have you did you listen to the last two albums?
nah,
Matter
not
of
really.
fact,
Kind of skimmed through. Not the way I listened to this last one.
okay, all right, yeah. I'm a big fan. I was a fan from when he was introduced on the Joe Budden podcast
Hmm.
some years ago before he was big. I put a lot of people on him, and it was fucked up to see him go at that point. And
Yep.
what this album did to me was bring out his commercial appeal. You know, that being said, I liked it. It was very commercial. His last two albums are still my favorite.
Mm.
As of now, I still work out to him. I think this is more rider music, more commercial, more hits, more bangers, more features. They showed his potential. They showed he was going, and I heard that he had about 400 more songs in the stash. So I'm looking forward to those too.
Yeah, definitely.
I bring it up because I believe in the power of the tongue. What you say and the energy you put out comes back. I've always said this. I've always moved that way. Um, what I mean is, I believe if I say, manifesting some shit. If I say I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it, and you have to believe it, and you have to go out and get it right.
Yep.
If you look back at some of our um, big figures, Bob Marley, Tupac, Biggie, Nipsey, they all had one thing in common. They knew death was coming, and it's eerie after the fact when you can go back and listen and watch videos of them actually playing out and depicting, speaking on in their albums their death. Nipsey was a huge one. Tupac was the biggest,
The
obviously.
biggest. Yeah, definitely.
That whole Machiavelli shit and
Hmm.
his videos and so much. It was so eerie. People basically said he faked his death. Um, Biggie was the same thing. Ready to Die dropped. He was dead. He died. He talked about it was all a dream and all that. Going back to Cali, going back to Cali. Cali dying in Cali.
Yeah.
Dipsey. Every damn lyric on that last Victory Lap album was eerie listening
Yeah.
to.
Big.
When
Whew.
somebody says you never catch under no conditions will you ever catch me slipping,
Hmm.
and then you catch him slipping. Uh, Pop Smoke did a lot of that.
Yep.
So that was, I didn't necessarily want to talk about the album per se, more than I wanted to talk about the power of the tongue. Power of the tongue. Like people really breathe, and they don't realize they breathe these things into the light.
Into existence, definitely.
You manifest a lot of the shit that you think and you say, and I don't think a lot of people really truly believe that. Like I know a lot of people worried today they're gonna fail in the business and they're gonna fail because you already put it in your head you're gonna fail. I know a lot of people in relationships that believe, you know, they man or somebody is cheating. And when you go looking, you feel like they cheating because you've already manifested it and you don't realize how far you push somebody before you lose them.
Hmm.
I know a lot of people that talk about how, wake up in the morning, they hate their job and they go to work and they hate their job.
Yeah.
On the flip side, how many times have you been in a situation where you thought you wouldn't get out and you make it out? You have to. You don't have a choice. Either paying bills, rent, making grades, getting somewhere, whatever. It's too many times where some shit happens and you like, yo, I don't know how I'm gonna get out of this. And you put your mind to it and you like, I gotta make it happen. And you make that shit happen.
Yeah.
I truly believe in it's a manifest destiny.
Yeah.
You manifesting and thinking some shit and it coming to light.
It's the energy you project out. Not to be
Energy.
sounding weird. It's the energy you project out to your universe, though, man. Like what you put out, you get back.
Yeah, so Pop Smoke had a bunch of that on his album, and which was eerie to listen. And Chris said he agree. I'm one of them people. So much so, like I said, you'll never catch me with a gun on my Instagram or a gun on. I don't portray no drug dealer or no scam artist or no thug life shit on my social media because it's just not me.
Yeah, I got all family man and dork shit on my side, man. That's
And
my
a lot of
life.
that, yeah, and a lot of that has to do with energy. Like at the end of the day, I've said it before. Like if I whatever, Chris, um, I've said it before. Uh, I can see it now. Me going on there talking tough and pulling a gun or brandishing a gun and showing it, and then I show up dead, and cops kill me or something like that, and that's the picture that they use to depict me as a gang member,
Yep.
or depict me as somebody that talked tough, or that's somebody that had it coming or asked for it, or whatever.
Yeah, that was your life. You post it, it's gonna be used against you. That's you, whether it's you or not. That's who you are.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And it's just eerie as fuck to listen to people rap. Speaking of Pop Smoke, rap, and one of the songs that he remade on there. I mean, clearly listen
Don't
to
say
it.
it.
Many man, man.
Don't say
Got
it, yo.
many man.
Got it on me.
Many man.
Got it on
Listen
me.
on me. Dog, I don't cry no more. Don't look to the sky no more. Cause I got it on me. You can run up if you want.
Yeah.
And they ran up.
I had slight chills. Listen, I had when because I didn't
Eerie.
I put the headphones on, walked around, I'm cooking, and that joint
Shit.
kicked in because I didn't look at the playlist, I just played it, and when that joint kicked in, I'm like, oh wow, yo, like, and the
It's a
fact he had
lot of
already recorded that, you know
yeah,
what I'm
it's a
saying?
lot of
So
them already recorded and they out there. But from the beginning to the end, listening, there's a lot of times and a lot of situations. Like I said, Nipsey did that to me, man. Nipsey, uh, as I'm listening to Victory Lap, I can't help but feel like it's cringeworthy when you hear him say something. You're like, ah, man, I wish you would take that back.
hmm
You know, it just sucks. And it just like I said, I came on here and I didn't really necessarily want to do an album review. I'll let
yeah, it
everybody
just
listen to
yeah.
whatever music they want or whatever. But I definitely wanted to address, rest in peace to Pop Smoke and all of them. Um, how
Big rest in peace.
y'all gotta y'all please be careful with what y'all say and do and the energy y'all put out there, man. At the end of the day,
Facts.
if you putting it out there, whatever that energy is, it's gonna hit you.
hmm
It's gonna hit you. You don't believe it, but it is. And then, you know, uh, I can contest to that. One of my biggest fears, and I always worried about it, was fatherhood. And I
Mm.
ain't gonna go into detail, but one of the biggest things that I grew up and I moved um, thinking and knowing about myself or trying to avoid was uh, fatherhood. Like and we talked about this too on Father's Day. A lot of what I do and have done comes back to me wanting to always be the best father I can be. Nothing else.
Yeah,
And
same
when
here.
you reach obstacles and you run into certain shit that you can't really control, it's almost like I manifested the shit that hits me. It's almost like I'm asking for some of the stuff that comes my way with being a father. It's like, yo, you asked for this. You asked for this. You work so hard and you put yourself or you worried so much about it, like, man, you know, here it is. What are you gonna do? It'll smack you, it'll punch you in your chest. That aside, you like Jada Pickett? You like Jada Pickett Smith? You think she bad?
I always liked Jada, man. I always thought she was beautiful.
Will gave you his blessing.
And nah, Will ain't gave me no blessing.
Sure?
Never had that blessing.
You sure?
As far as I
Besides
know,
Will
man.
giving it out on stage. Yeah, I get.
I,
That's what I'm hearing. Will got that shit. Mm.
what's crazy is like this ain't we I don't know. So we've been hearing this about them for years, man. It's been a running joke with them for a year. I mean, since I was younger, that they was giving it up. Like that's nothing new to us.
I think I think you kind of have to have a grain of salt with it because Will have the baddest chicks in the game as his co-stars.
Yeah,
That ain't easy for nobody. Say what you want. Will can get them.
I'm
Will
pretty
can get.
sure I would guess that.
Same can be said about Jada if she had like a super popping, you know,
It's Jada though. That's the
Jada.
you see the difference though. Like yeah, Will, but we talking about Jada, man. Like
So what you saying?
so this is what I'm saying. All right, I'm putting it on you. You out somewhere, yeah, I'm De Niro. You know what I mean? Like you bumping the Will and Jada, and Jada. You know what I'm saying? Y'all talk, y'all at a mix or whatever. Then
I'm
they
cool.
come back like, yo, you know what I mean? Hey, you got my
I,
blessing. What's next?
what's next?
Yeah. We'll give you the blessing. Like, yo, she feeling you, like, hey, keep it on the low though, but you, hey, whatever y'all wanna do.
I
You
mean,
got my blessing.
I'm definitely not telling nobody that. If let me keep it a buck. It ain't a lot of women on my hit list. Rihanna being one,
Mm.
Janae Go, shit like that. If Jada and Will approach me on some shit like that, or if
Mm-hmm.
I'm ever in that situation, I'm gonna keep it a buck. It's not because I want to. I'm not. It's a business move.
Mm.
I'm just keeping it a buck. Like I'm not this. I don't think there's ever been a day in my life that I woke up and said, "Damn, Jada." I'm not saying she's not bad. I'm just saying, if the situation presented itself, because situations are different.
That's what I'm saying. You're
Real
not
talk.
thinking about it like I'm gonna go out
I'm not
here.
thinking about it, nigga, to talk to me about it. I'm moving. I'm only moving as a business decision, is what I'm saying. If they
Yeah.
approach me, even in any manner, if that situation presents itself, I'm only moving in a business sense. Meaning, we finna do some things. I ain't just smashing for y'all fun and enjoyment.
Yeah,
Let's get some.
what I get out of it.
Yeah,
I feel
this
you.
is good dick right here. You feel me? Like Jada, chill out. Calm down. Let me get some things straight.
Mm-hmm.
I need a business, you know what I mean? LLC. I need a trust fund. I need some things. Like I can't just smash you on for shits and giggles. And my point in that being, yo, August I've seen the crazy as hell. He don't got no real career, bro. Him yapping is what leads me to believe he ain't really do it.
That's why I
He,
wanted to know why. Like, and then you did it with
I don't think she.
you did it with
What's up?
Angela Yee. Like, what are you doing? Like
I don't think. See, I don't think he did it because I don't think you burn that bridge. Let's say it is some good and you have the blessing to do it. You burning that bridge?
no.
No, you just got the blessing to do it. There ain't a lot of people doing it. So that's already strike one. Let's say it's a business decision, and these are some powerful people that can help you. You ain't blowing the whistle on no scandals or nothing like that. It's been known that they out there, whatever the case, All right, so you ain't blowing the whistle on that. So what's your motive to do it? If you claim you love her, et cetera, et cetera. If it's not self promotion or it's just
Roll
delusion,
out.
exactly.
Roll out.
That's why I don't believe he did it. I don't believe she gave him that. I think
Or
I think exactly. I think she helped him. I
late
think the
roll
dude
out.
got some issues. I think he may have wanted to, maybe even, you know, tried it and was rejected, and that's the result. Because I can see a man getting in his feelings when he can't take you from somebody. I can't say a man getting in his feelings when you giving him the blessing to be around you, your kids, etc., his wife, smash, and so on and so forth, and you got money, money, money. You don't blow the whistle on that. That doesn't make sense.
Charisma wilding in the comments. But yeah, they are out there.
No, no, listen.
They
I
got a
said
name. They have a name for them.
I right. Listen, that's a thing. But if that's a thing,
Shut the
you
fuck
still know
up.
what you're signing up for.
Shut up. Yeah. Shut your mouth.
You still know what you're signing up for.
Yo, it's a rollout. The man, like
I
I
need to move.
I didn't
Absolutely.
even click on it. I must have saw it on World Star or YouTube.
I ain't watch it. Ain't no point.
Blah 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 blah. Rollout.
On that
I'm
weird
not
shit.
even gonna give it too much press, but he trying to push something, trying to get us to go back to click on something, cause you feel like he gonna talk about the shit more and then click it and get some views, cause that
Well,
shit ain't getting views. Cause even I had to ask like, who the fuck gives a fuck about what he
nobody,
talking about?
nobody
Like,
care about that, man. I don't think. Again, you have to tell me in the history of anything, when has a man got a blessing or been privy to some shit and rolled it out like that?
Yeah,
that
we
don't
got
make sense.
we
Something
got
about
weirdos out there, dog. That's
and I agree he's a
weirdos.
weirdo. I agree he's a weirdo. I believe something's wrong with him mentally. I won't
Yeah.
get into. I won't get into. I don't know that man. I ain't paying attention to him
Mm-mm.
before. I'm not gonna pay attention to him after. But what I know is if we got some shit going on that ain't supposed to be going on, and I'm in a situation that's beneficial to me, yeah, no, I don't fuck that up.
I don't know. I can
Fuck
talk
that up.
about that shit all day, bro. Like,
What part of the game is that? I know motherfuckers that ain't smashing Jada and or Will's wife or however you want to play it out or in them situations that ain't telling nobody who they smashing. On a regular chick, it's just not part of the game.
mm-mm.
It's just not part of the game. Nowhere at no time. And here's my biggest thing. You think Jada and Will, with all the rumors that have been swirling, open relationships, etc., business, as long as they've been in the game, you think they don't have non-disclosure agreements?
I would hope so.
I know they do. I know people that just let you hear music and make you sign it before you enter the
Yeah.
gate. Before you enter the premises of my house, everything that's here, anything that you hear or come across, you can't talk about. And this is just music. I don't want my ideas leaking. I don't want you talking about what song I got coming or whispering, let alone you smashing my wife.
And I gave you the blessing. Almost couldn't say it. I gave you my blessing,
I did, huh?
bitch. Nah.
Exactly. Chris know me and Chris, Chris photographer.
Oh,
First and
shout out
foremost,
Chris.
tell you, if you ever go to his page, you will be shocked.
I'm definitely going now. Like, I'm definitely gonna go check it
You
out.
will be surprised at the company that he keeps.
Uh oh. All right.
Him and I met at a few events,
Mm.
and I'm sure at these events, taking these pictures, and the people that we were around, we will not name no names,
Okay.
but
I see you said he signed those papers. Like, yo. So okay.
we've signed them papers.
Oh, you say we,
Yes,
meaning you
I've signed
too.
Yeah, I've signed some. I've signed, and I'm gonna be honest. I broke a couple of them with some, not purposely, but the
Mm.
motherfucker kept my music,
Oh
and I
well.
had copies of it. I ain't gonna say no names.
It's
but
war.
yeah, and he can't do shit about it now. But you know what I mean?
hmm
Many papers, many papers. We've signed them. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? It is
Yeah.
what it is. But that's how I met Chris. Chris is a photographer. And that man has a he, he knows his way around that camera. Let me just say
At
that.
Shrek's house.
That's the man. Either way, that in itself lets me know that ain't nobody in Hollywood and the rest of that shit just letting you around willy nilly. And I heard she said she's bringing us up to the red table. So
I can't wait. Hey,
Yeah,
they,
I'm interested to see what she say.
I'm sold. I can't wait.
Maybe she will say, yeah,
It might be a double rollout though. But you got me on the second one because I'm right here on Facebook, yo. When that shit roll out, I'm right. I can't wait.
Yeah. Anyway, other than that, all I got really is Ian Maxwell.
What's that? What you talking about?
You know who Ghislaine Maxwell is?
I'm lost.
Oh, all right.
Walk me through that. Pause.
Epstein's.
Oh
partner.
wait, yes. Hey, bitch, better shut up.
Coronavirus! Coronavirus!
Bitch, bitch better shut her mouth.
Oh yeah, Chris.
That's what's next.
Bro. Absolutely, bro. A lot of late night trips to IHOP and Harold's and
Oh, they was giving it up in there in the restaurant.
listen, man. We've Chris is that's the man. That's all I can say. I don't want to say too much.
You ain't got to. Don't do it. Don't put an August on here.
Listen, a lot of what I told you, right?
Mhm.
One day I'm gonna get into all the people that I know, music business, and
That's the pod I'm waiting on.
and some of the stories. I'm gonna bring some people on here.
Cause some of them combos we had, you got me like, yo, what episode is that? And I'm here with you. Like, when you tell me the episode number for that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, Chris. Anytime. We can talk about it all straight up. Cause listen, I done been around broke, around celebrities with money, and seen some shit. And you would be surprised that these guys that rap and sing about all the chicks they get, and how they take motherfuckers girls, and they be pressed by a nigga that's with no money coming around.
No,
You know what?
no, not really. See, rappers out here lying.
Oh, absolutely pressed.
Yeah, all right. These rappers ain't out here lying.
But anyway, hey Chris, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all a story about Chris, man. Since he wanted,
It's the white. That sounds like a wild story right there.
I've always told you I ain't really smoke or drink or nothing until like right now I got a little in my cup. I started drinking about age 28 or something. Right?
I'm drinking juice today. Feel like a lame.
I've never really been a drinker or smoker. I've only smoked maybe once in my life. Once. Once. And it wasn't even really a smoke.
Mm.
My man Chris, we meet. We had this we had this big old, all white party, yacht. It's popping. Oh, it was the chocolate affair. I'm sorry, it was chocolate. It was a chocolate party. It was supposed to be chocolate affair, whatever it was.
Chocolate.
Chocolate. It was a chocolate affair. So we there. He's a photographer. I'm there. We chilling. As artists do, we all network, promoters, photographers, etc. So me, Chris, we vibe. Cool dude. Pictures. We do a couple more shoots and shit together. I invited Chris over. I think he had the photos that day. I invited Chris over to the Hunnits, Roseland, 107 in Wentworth. Roseland.
Good, baby.
He came. Man showed up in the Hunnits, man. So get out there, and he has some white devil shit on him. He's a smoker. My man says, hit it. All right, cool. I'm not a smoker. Hit it. I promise you, I probably only hit it once. Promise you. Couldn't have been more than twice.
All right.
White Widow, there you go. I looked at this dude, man. I started feeling like I was tweaking. Like, yo, I felt real nice. Maybe it was the contact.
All right.
Maybe that shit was just strong. But at that moment, he had to get the fuck away from me. I kicked that motherfucker out of my house.
What?
Get out.
Damn.
Be gone. He came all the way out there, bro. And I kicked this man
Just
out
to
my
get
house.
kicked the fuck out.
I said, mind you, I just met him on the boat. I ain't really know him.
So how long in between?
I don't know, but we had we was
Network?
cool, obviously enough, because I don't really let people at the crib
All right.
or around me or know where I live and nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So but the man came out there, man, and I was tweaking. I swear to God, before I felt like I was not in control. So I said, listen, we in the middle of looking at the photos, we chilling, shit cool. Yo, get the fuck out of my house, man. Go, get out, get your shit, get out. Cause at that moment I was like, yo, what is he doing? What is this shit?
Right. Yeah.
I don't like not being in control, bro. So at that moment I was like, yo, what the fuck is going on?
Start smelling the setup.
I stopped. I say, yo, you gotta get the fuck out of here. You gotta go. Get your shit, get up. And I felt bad. I still feel bad that I was tweaking, bro. But he had to go.
Yeah, you want yourself for a minute. That's all.
Yo, listen, in my head, he was trying to take advantage of me, man.
Say you smelled the setup.
Yeah, I was like, yo, what's
I'm like, why not invite four of y'all over here? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
Like,
no, listen. And that's the prime reason why I've never been out of my body, or I never opted to drink or do pills or none of that stuff. I don't like not being in control. And at that moment, I was like, yo, I just was like, you gotta go.
yeah, yo, you gotta go. It's hilarious.
You gotta go. Now, of course, we've been friends since then. That was 2006, 2007.
Oh man, okay.
It was like 2006, 2007. So we've been cool since he came to the crib in California and everything. We always kept in touch. He didn't married a couple models and upgraded from just events to some
to soirees. Well,
man got a lens, so I mean,
Oh.
it's cool, dude. Do
Yeah.
his thing. Yeah, nah. 2007, I was not having it, dog. Yeah, porn stars, whatever. You call them what you want to.
Mm.
Your lens say something different. That stuff you post on Facebook ain't
So that
clearly
ain't
ain't getting
that ain't the whole
taken
story.
down. Yeah. I know. I seen his catalog and what he do,
Mm.
man. But yeah, you got to come on here sometime. We talk about some of the celebrities and situations, whatever. And because one day I'm gonna get into the Lupe fiascos and R. Kelly's and the Jeezys and the Tyrese's.
Yeah,
And
them the
I'm gonna
ones.
talk about all of them.
Them the ones I can't wait to
I got a
hear.
lot to say about some guys, man. A lot to say about some guys.
Them the
Man.
one. Them the stories I can't wait to hear, bro.
Yeah, I got a lot of little stories, man. A lot of stories, a lot of stories. But that being said, they got Gene Maxwell. What you think? How you think that situation gonna end? How you feel about it?
Coronavirus! Coronavirus!
Set up. It's a setup.
Yeah, man. Like they got in front of that one.
Oh man,
Like how? They not gonna let her do that, man.
I don't
I
believe.
don't think it's gonna be no kind of witness protect. Like you about to drop names. I'm curious of the names though. I ain't gonna. I hope I want to know the names, bro. I want to see who's on that list. See who the real weirdos are out here.
Netflix documentary.
I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it.
I watched it.
Yeah.
It's wild.
So is she on that documentary?
Oh yeah, plenty,
Okay.
plenty. She's not talking on it, but there's too many pictures, photos, videos. You know, her name is too involved in it. She's there.
Mm.
She's there. She's clearly there. You know what I mean? She's the devil, the female devil.
Who?
Every stretch of the word. Shit that was going on, sick. That's some disgusting shit, and it's too intricate for it to be false. There's too many victims. It's too much of a paper trail, etc. I won't even get into necessarily Epstein and everything like that because it's clear he he had to be killed. Anybody that don't believe he was not killed is clearly don't know what information this man had or what he felt he had. Uh, you know, the cards he felt like he was playing of it.
Hmm.
And now that they got her, I mean,
Somebody about to get paid, and that I'm talking about whoever's watching her, whoever's supposed to be protecting her.
yes,
That's gonna be where I'm tuned in, man. I'll be watching this closely.
what I can say is about all of this, all that Pizzagate shit, all this Epstein. That's a lot of names, and it's a lot of names. A lot of people in connection. It's a lot of high people, and I truly believe from just what I seen, um, they had to off him because he was smart enough to have cameras placed everywhere and tabs and everything like that and records
Mm.
for blackmailing purposes. I
Hmm.
seen just on a small scale the shit that he would do with the police stations and stuff, with just walking in and buying equipment. So when it came to building that rapport with them, so when it came time to investigate, you can't do shit to me.
All right.
So he had to go, but now you got his second in charge. I'm gonna just put it this way: if she dies, it's over. I mean, at that point, you can't help but believe everything is true.
All right.
If she talks, it's some people going down.
I can't wait to see these names, bro. Like I'm intrigued.
If she talks, listen, them flight manifests,
Yeah.
Bill Clinton, Trump,
He
your name.
he up there on that list. So
Yeah, they up there. It's sick though. That being said, my feelings towards it, um, I'm indifferent. I would love to see her tear it all down.
hmm
I believe it's gonna be the domino effect one way or another. Meaning, if she talks, everybody's singing and talking, their names are gonna be dropped because I don't think people are built like that. And there's a lot of high power people that are going down that have egos that ain't gonna want to go down, especially not alone.
Oh
Uh,
yeah,
Nino Brown, bigger than Nino.
bigger than Nino.
But yes, if she dies, I think everybody in America should go ahead and just accept that the government is capable and will do. These people are, they're gonna do whatever to stay in power. So
Oh yeah.
go ahead and just it's clear as day. It's not coincidental. She get coronavirus and die tomorrow. She get the flu and die tomorrow. She stub her toe tomorrow. You should be ready to just tear the system down. It's over.
Or goes and hangs herself somewhere.
Yeah. Anything should happen to that woman before she talks, or if she get up there and she don't talk or say something, or whatever the case. If she gets off any wild shit that happens, you can go ahead and just.
Yeah.
Man,
I don't wish that on nobody. Just like if you follow enough of this, you almost conditioned like you waiting on it. Like that's the next
listen,
headline you waiting on.
that pedophilia shit is the wildest shit anyway. Like, again, we're talking about kids who we're the parents. Well,
Part
you know
of
what I
it.
mean? Yeah, exactly. They're part of it because if you touch my kid, I'm gonna kill you. It ain't no court system. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna make sure you die,
Mm-hmm.
even if I assume. I'm willing to go to jail for that.
Yeah, facts.
So you talking about a lot of kids that were on islands, on flights,
Yeah.
in homes, around weirdos.
Sicko
I,
fucks.
yeah, so it's like I don't feel no kind of way if they offer, but I would like for her to talk before they do.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah,
I don't even. Oh, I'm so curious.
yeah, and that's kind of where it is. And I mean, shit, if she just disappear tomorrow and nobody asks no questions, I'm not even gonna lean to the side that they killed Epstein or whatever. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna feel like Epstein alive and she alive and they got him out of there.
You never know.
Exactly. It's a lot of
Witness pro.
questions unanswered. Like
Anything.
at some point, somebody got to start asking some real, some pressing questions and shit. Cause again, whatever. I'm gonna stay tuned for it. All of y'all should watch the Epstein shit.
I think I will now.
There's even some shit on YouTube. It's like an hour and a half, 2 hours long. I can't think of the name of it right now, but I'll send it to you. And some people will know what it is in the comments. It's related to it. It's also a documentary. I watched that too. It was wild. I hear a lot of stories about Oprah on house arrest, Ellen on house arrest, uh, you know, Obama being involved, and so on and so forth. Listen, never know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's true, what's not. Tom Hanks, if you telling me all these elite people that got coronavirus or, are at home or getting canceled or on house arrest or whatever for these reasons, then, you know,
Yep.
I'm not a private investigator or no shit like that, but somebody
Yep.
can give me some facts, some pictures, some videos of any of this shit. Send it to me. I'm shit. Yeah, I'm serious, man. Like I don't like coming on here not knowing what I'm talking about or whatever.
That's real.
Because it's the same kind of thing that happened with Cosby and R. Kelly, where I'm saying some shit don't add up. You a monster. I don't give a fuck about what happens to you, jail or otherwise, but shit just don't add up, and you know, shit. How the fuck is this going on, Elvis? You know what I mean? It's a lot of people that did some shit that's like it's wild.
Big wild out in the open. And then when they say, "Oh, that's how it was back then," y'all fucking
Like,
sick.
plain sight, and it's like you let
Y'all some
certain shit
sickos.
slip because certain shit looks a certain way when you paint that picture,
Mm-hmm.
and that's with anything. That's with anything. I've been in that situation before, right? Somebody say something about you, and then suddenly they saying, "Oh, well, shit, he hugged me one day," and you like, suddenly I went from the dude you calling when you need help to you heard this, and now when I hugged you a certain way, you know what I mean? It's just I'm wrong. So it's like certain shit you want, like even shit. I'll keep it a buck. Even the R. Kelly shit. I'm not, and I've never shied away from the R. Kelly shit. You know what I mean? My name is tied to him for music. I was always in Studio B. I moved around. There's a lot of people on my friends list that moved around and knew I moved around with them.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime that name is mentioned, you have to tread lightly with your association because they look at certain shit as condoning or
Yeah.
you were involved or how much were you involved in. I don't know that man like that. Like, don't get it twisted. I basically lived with him.
Mm-hmm.
I worked with him. I don't know, his personal life or whatever. I could tell you some details of certain shit.
Yeah.
Didn't look right, that wasn't right, or whatever the case was. But the second you do something, it comes back to, oh, you used to be with R. Kelly. No, nigga.
Yes, that's
But
the
again, but let's be honest, like how you play that and how you word them situations or how people want to see you or want to put you
Yeah.
out there
yeah. That's fact.
is circumstantial a lot of the time. You can make anything stick if, because like I said, once it started there, it's like, oh, he said this to me one day, or he hugged me this way, and now all of it starts to tie in, and then all of a sudden you got 4 people saying, oh, he is like that. Oh, I'm interested to see what they got to say
Yeah.
if they don't kill her or hide her or whatever the fuck. Anyway, you got anything else, bro?
Yeah, I do, man.
I seen 50 get challenged by T.I. That would be a good battle.
I would love it. I would love to see it. I'll be tuned in.
Other than that, I stand firmly behind. I don't believe the NBA is going to restart.
I don't think shit is restarting because every day MLB has 19 players that tested positive.
College, all of that.
Every
I don't
sport,
believe-
baseball, college baseball, because they tried to.
I don't even want it to start. I don't believe the NBA is restarting. And if it does restart, the first person to catch coronavirus is over. So it's already stupid. Other than that, what you got, man? What you got for me?
All right. I remember earlier, probably an hour ago, when you mentioned not offending, like you say your white friends or something like that.
Right.
So I guess if you follow me, you see all the stuff I've been posting and sharing. So I guess I did that. And this is more of a funny story. So it started where I posted something about or I shared something about coronavirus, and how Governor Abbott walked back. It's pretty much necessary we reopened too much too fast. Like numbers spiking. You know what I'm saying? So I got hit up, and it's like, the numbers are bullshit. So I'm like, all right, you say that. What's the numbers then? They didn't have an answer. It was just blah, blah, no healthcare, nurse this, they said that, oh, it's plenty beds. So I'm like, well, shit. I sleep next to somebody that works in the hospital. She don't work with the coronavirus the patients, but it's like the central place of it. So they're not, the hospital she work at, all the other hospitals send all the coronavirus patients to her hospital. So I'm like, how is there so many beds? She's saying that the motherfuckers is packed. So that was an argument right there. You know what I mean? That was that part. The second part, that was perfect. You brought up sport. Was where week 1 they're supposed to be singing the Black National Anthem or something before the Star Spangled Banner. So white friend of mine, he sends me I'm gonna find it because I'm gonna read our message. I'm not gonna say his name, but this is gonna be a dramatic reading though. So he said, "What's the dude now? I'm not even gonna say his name. Black dude that wear the MAGA hats for Trump, all that shit, and whatever his name is." He was talking about it. So the guy sends me a link of him talking about it, talking down on it. So I guess he was saying there is, it should be one national anthem. Where it's one America, there's only one anthem. If we said there was a white national anthem, the outrage, So I watched the video, and I stopped it, so I responded. I said, LOL, there is a white national anthem.
White national.
And I said, he needs to holler at the NFL. Because me personally, I say black folks don't care about or want the black national anthem before them games. There's other shit we want. We don't give a fuck about this shit y'all giving us. That ain't doing nothing. So he hit me back with there's only one national anthem. It has nothing to do with white people. So I fired back. I know the rest of the words, and it was written by a slave owner. Francis Scott Key. He was a slave owner. I know the second verse. So he was irate. He say, man, everybody was a slave at one time or another. Even white people back in old Western days and stuff. They used to dig through the coal. Blah, blah, fucking blah, yo. Like, Who you talking to, man? Like that.
Listen, here's the thing, man. Bottom line is we just walked through the 4th of July, Independence Day, and there is minority kids, immigrants, kids in cages. Police brutality is still going on. Still COVID. You still quarantine. Still poverty. You still don't have free health care like Canada, etc. All this independent shit, all the 4th of July shit, all the fake patriotism. Like I said before, that patriotism is it's beneficial when you're talking about who you believe to be representative of this country and who they believe is representative of this country. Pat Tillman, white soldiers that's fallen in war, etc. They do not believe soldiers like Vanessa Guillen. They're not uproaring for them. They're not talking about me as a veteran who does not take offense. They're not talking about my brother Jason Polk, who served as well 2 wars. They're not talking about us. They don't give a fuck about us when they're talking patriotism and defending the flag. They're not talking about us when they're talking about independence. They're not talking about us when they're talking about all of this patriotic shit and the stuff that's going on. Whether that be sports and they're rooting for you to win for their team or whatever, whether it's a coon out here capping for Trump or whoever else, they're not talking about us. They have to be clear who they're talking about, because they keep tearing down statues, but they ain't trying to tear down a system.
Mm-mm.
It's just not the same. You're tearing down a symbol, a logo, some shit that is old, or some shit that's outdated or was built in representation of, but the system is still infecting. In effect, what we're talking about is oppression.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about that one-sided American. What is American? Matter of fact, the most American thing um, that they say is go back to your country, go back to where you came from if you don't like it here. That's how I know you don't believe that I'm American. That's how I
Yep.
know that you are not referring to me as an American. That's how I know that you not including me in the conversation of what America is. That's why we're talking and having a conversation. I am not deemed as American. You tell on yourself every time with the passive shit. When you say go back to your country, when you say that, you know, what Kaepernick is doing or such and such is doing is offensive, when KKK can march or Black Lives Matter being painted on the street offends you or any of that, you're telling me indirectly I'm not American.
Yeah.
All the arguments, black, white, whoever says it, because I see a lot of black people for Trump. I see a lot of people that black Republicans or
Ooh, I see a
you know,
lot of that shit, boy.
yeah, you know, I stopped arguing with. I stopped arguing. I really, really have been like, once I get a glimpse of certain keywords or phrases in your post, I just go to unfriend. I don't even read the rest,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't feel bad about it. I don't think twice about it. I may look up sometime in the future and be like, damn, when did I get rid of, or why they
Yeah.
send me a friend request or something? Because I didn't
Mm-hmm.
even know. I'm not paying attention to how long I knew you or what I know. What I know is we're not fighting the same fight.
Nah.
What you're saying is not, you know, it's not some shit that benefits me or shows me that you with me. It's just that simple. You
Yep.
don't have to agree, just like I don't have to agree. You can talk however you want to talk on your Facebook. I have nothing to say. I'm not reporting your shit.
Mm-mm.
I'm not arguing with you. I just block you, and you know what I mean, delete you. What I'm doing, who I am, what I stand for, what I believe. You don't gotta agree with it,
At all.
but you absolutely tell me everything that I need to know. And I said it before, and some people didn't agree with me, but it doesn't make sense. It will never make sense for me to invite you into my life, play with you, talk sports with you, or any of that. Even if I had a history with you from the military, even if I considered you a brother, if I played football or basketball or went to high school with you, whatever, that shit don't mean nothing. How long I know you matters not if you are detrimental to what I'm trying to do and what I'm trying to accomplish or what I want to see. You have it in your mind. Like the day that I wake up and I say fuck white people, you should. My white friends should absolutely want to get rid of me or at least reach out to see what I'm going through.
Yeah, like what's up?
They- But
Yeah.
I, but at that point, like if I say fuck white people or fuck this or fuck that, and you know what I mean, or whatever, if I get offensive in that language, you should absolutely delete me and
Mm-hmm.
never question it a bit. Not because of who you knew I was, or I don't expect nobody to say, Dwight, that's not you. What are you going through?
All right.
No, I said what I said. You felt some way to delete me because that's not who I am. Not getting up doing that. I'm very, you know, upfront and vocal about what it is that I am and am not about. And nowhere in there am I saying kill police, kill whitey, none of that.
That's the
Me
that's the
saying
thing.
organize,
You give
me saying organize and get your shit together has nothing to do with, you know, how you do things. I've even been so bold as to say that I believe that when black people do organize, a lot of my white friends will come with me because I believe that. I
like,
believe they believe in what I believe.
I got a few, only a few, not a lot, but a few that I know that I would expect to see and reach out and support and join and all that, but not all of them though. And I've
And
learned
I
that the
respect all
last few days, like
that. You know, my conversation is always the same. I don't expect nor do I look for you to say something. I notice when you don't say something, but you talk about black music or you love black culture. Don't need you to say anything, but I'm gonna also call you out if you don't, or remove you from the situation because it should be your obligation if you love my son, if you love me, if you love our music, our culture, our clothing, whatever the fuck, to say something. If you can speak on Kanye's album, Pop Smoke, 50 Cent, T.I., Roddy Rich, if you could talk on any of that, you can talk on politics. If you could talk sports and love to watch sports and you want to root for your team, and that if that black person that's on that team, it represents your team, and your city, and all that, you have something to say about black lives, absolutely.
yeah,
And if you don't, I'm gonna notice. But again, I believe that if it came down to it, there are a certain amount of white friends and who I consider family at this point that, without hesitation, understand right and wrong and understand context. And if we had to separate or we had to go ahead and do some other shit, they right. Other than that, man, take offense to whatever you want to take offense to. We can argue all day.
I've been real
You feel
offensive
the way you
lately,
feel.
not knowing it, but I'm gonna still be me though.
It's all you can be. It's because like I said, I spent a majority of last month posting. I woke up black again. Sarcasm, but it was real. Like I can't
That's
change that.
it's big
There's nothing
real.
I can do to change that. I can't change that. I can't change that. I woke up black again. I can literally sit here and be sarcastic all day. If you think that my blackness is gonna change, or you're gonna sway me from the things that I've experienced, or my view of what police brutality is firsthand, not TV, not CNN, not Fox, not your idea of what policing is. If you think that I'm not smart enough to understand the difference between, because I've been to both Chicago public schooling
Yeah, I've been there, grew up in it,
and suburban schooling. I've
grew
been to
up in
both.
that. Yeah.
You
Oh yeah.
crazy. The lunches,
Yeah.
the environment, the teachers, the equipment. I've
Mhm.
seen it. The neighborhoods alone.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I was fortunate enough to be able to walk on both sides. I can go back to my family in Chicago, in the city, etc., hang
Yep.
out, see the schools, be thankful that, I wasn't X, Y, and Z, or you know what I mean? And then go back to where they, you know, called you nigga.
Oh yeah, I got it.
Smart shit like, did you did your did your dad pick that cotton on your shirt? You know, you see shit.
I used to live in Skokie for a whole year, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So again, if you get offended, you get offended. I can only tell you my point of view, and you can either respect it or leave it alone. I don't tell you how to feel. I
Yeah,
can tell you,
I honestly don't give a fuck up to a point,
and you shouldn't.
cause like
Your truth is your truth, man. At the
that's
end of the
it.
day,
I literally talk
that's it.
about and share stuff that touches me, pause, and my truth.
Whoa.
Yeah, but so if stuff I've been through and stuff I can relate to moves you like that to where it's offensive, yo. Like I don't know what else to tell you because I'm gonna keep sharing and posting about my truth and shit I've been through. Like I'm gonna keep doing it. So
Love me.
there's a big button for you to hit and it says unfollow or unfriend. You ain't got to see shit I say at all. You know what I'm saying?
block me. I wouldn't know.
That's it. Wouldn't give it. You could tell me.
I know.
You could text me. Yo, I blocked you. All right, cool.
Hit you with the
Yeah, like okay.
yeah. But hey, like I said, it's not meant to be offensive. And again, this is basically the conclusion of this week's podcast. And I've said it before. I've left the information, email, phone number, all of that on here. You can email me at game7podcast@gmail.com. Reach out to me, Santana, whoever. You can post on Facebook, DM, call me, text me, or whatever. If you would like to be on here, if you got something to say, a story to tell, music to listen to, whatever, a business to promote. I don't care what it is, but if you don't like something we said, come on here.
For the people, man.
Get back off something, come on here. You have a show you want to put on, come on here. Um, Again, clothing lines, whatever your business is, whatever you're involved in, you know what I mean? We're open for everybody. This is not meant to be divisive. Again, I can only speak from my point of view, so you don't have to tune in. I appreciate everybody that does tune in. Please share. Please keep commenting. You know what I mean? Press that follow button. Subscribe on YouTube.
Yes, sir.
Instagram, same thing. Gang 7 Podcast. If you don't find it, need to find it, hit us. We do accept Cash App and PayPal. All of that. Zelle. All of that.
All of it.
Free.com. But this equipment wasn't free. My time is not free. But no, in all seriousness, hit us up, man, for real. Anybody you would like to see. The hell is that? Ice cream? There's an ice cream truck outside. Anyway, anybody that you would like to see, come on here, talk on here, whatever. Let's get it, man. And, we'll be back next week. I haven't forgot about the Romeo Travis interview. I just kind of skipped it this week because personally, a lot was going on, and yeah, we'll get to it. Like I said, I got a few more guests coming. Santana got a few people he want to invite on, and
Yes.
come on here. Anybody can come on here, man. So if y'all got something y'all want to say, if y'all want to talk, if y'all got a story you don't want to talk, and you just want that information put out there anonymously, you can hit us, text us, and we'll get it out there. Same with music and stuff. If you want to be featured on here, we'll play your music. We'll get some feedback. It won't always be this serious. It just happened to be this serious in this time.
Yep.
And we would do ourselves an injustice and you guys a disservice to not address these issues. So it ain't as light as it should be, but we'll get to it.
Facts.
Anyway, y'all be easy. Hey, Santana,
Moments ago, went through their usual pregame
guess what I
ritual.
did?
Although there's nothing usual about a game 7.
I forgot to press record again.
Yes, who didn't?
I swear to God, bro. New memory card in and etc. The record button is not pressed. I'm gonna have to strip this audio.
Guess I got some work to do.
Pantaloons.
Pantaloon collector.
Chris Santi, my Cash App. The Detour. One word, the D. I'll send it to you, man. Message me. Peace.